Burnout, a state of doing too much and not getting enough rest. In this video, I'm going to share what has happened to me recently and make you aware if you are leading down the same path. Hi everyone, my name is Mehar and I'm back with another video. I am here to talk about all things related to careers, education, productivity, positivity to help you accelerate your career. But today we are going to talk about a topic which is related to your mental and physical health, and that is burnout. And nowadays, burnout has become such a common discussion point in all our conversations, especially because of the pandemic and the way there are blurry lines now between work and home. So what exactly is burnout? If you Google the term, you would find that it is a state of mental, physical, emotional exhaustion that is caused by a prolonged and excessive amount of stress. You start feeling so overwhelmed, so drained because of your professional and personal commitments. And this is something that happened with me most of last year, and I'm going to share my story with you. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the early signs of spotting burnout, the different stages of it, and how to self-soothe yourself in order to get out and zap out of that state of burning out and then bounce back from it. But a clear disclaimer before we begin, I do want to say that I'm not a counselor, a therapist, or a mental health professional. This video is solely based on my research and my personal experience that I'm going to share with you. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the like and share button if you find it useful. Please also don't forget to follow me on my Instagram page. So now I'm going to talk about all the things that happen that lead to burnout. And I'm going to talk about that through my personal example. So the very first stage is that you have this excessive drive to achieve. You have this ambition to be an overachiever. Normally this happens when you're in a new job, a new environment, or undertaking a new task. So you set really high goals for yourself and you want to achieve each of them. This happened especially with me whole of last year when I had a full-time job and I had a successful side hustle that was MSB Vision, my Instagram page and my YouTube channel that were really doing well, and I had started to gain a lot of traction. So I was trying to balance a lot of things. I was setting high goals for myself. I wanted to hit the 100,000 subscribers very quickly, whereas at work also at the same time I wanted to be a good employee. I always wanted to raise my hand and do other things than the normal 9 to 5 required me to do. That was stage one. That was I had this ambition to really be successful, somebody who is a side hustler as well as an employee. I wanted to be somebody everybody looked up to. Then came stage number 2, which is that I started setting unrealistic deadlines for myself. I pushed myself really hard. I worked long hours at and after work to meet those deadlines and those goals that I had set for myself. And you may be doing the same thing. Try and identify if you are in stages 1 and 2 of burning out. That is, you want to be the best. You're trying to achieve everything you lay your hands on. So the first two we've already talked about is that you have set high goals for yourself. You really want to be an overachiever, and then comes the next stage. You start neglecting everything else in your life to become that overachiever, to make sure you make all your dreams and goals a reality. So you start sacrificing on self-care, on good sleep, good eating habits, maybe exercising a little bit, your mental health. You start neglecting them, ignoring them, and you stop finding time for yourself outside of the things you're supposed to achieve. Now that could be studying, that could be working, no matter what your goals are. Then the next thing that happens is, my friends, you deny that you really need a break. You feel like everything is going on track, you're doing well, you start to see some really good feedback, you're starting to do really well at work maybe, and you start detaching yourself from other aspects of your life other than work or studying. And then the flip side happens. You start getting irritated with yourself if you don't see your goals becoming a reality. For example, for me, I saw that I wasn't reaching the 100k follower mark, and I started to get really irritable and really annoyed with the fact that I'm creating good quality content. Why are people not following me? Why are people not coming to my page? So that started to get me so annoyed and impatient with myself. I started blaming myself. I started blaming people around me, getting annoyed with people around me, that I didn't have the right kind of support. I felt that I was incompetent. People around me were lazy and incompetent. I just became harsher on myself for the small mishaps. And that is the next stage. You start to see these moods of yours where you are becoming irritable and annoyed at yourself and others around you. And that also happens especially if you're a perfectionist. You want things to go your way. You want to get 100 on 100 on your paper. You want to get positive feedback all the time. And then that feeling of inadequacy catches up to you. And then you reach the last phase of actual burnout. And that is, you have this feeling of constant anxiety, constant emptiness inside. Your body starts feeling stiff. You really need a break. You just don't feel like yourself from the inside or the outside. And that happened with me, my friends, when I was trying to do too many things by myself. By December of 2021, I really needed a break. I just wanted to go out of my house for a vacation, get some sunshine, and just not work. Which is why when I reached Dubai for my holiday with my family, my husband and I had talked about how I will take out some time to work over there. But honestly, I had no energy, no motivation, no enthusiasm to be working when I had time off. I just needed a break. I was so done working. I didn't care about the revenue coming in. I didn't care about losing followers. I literally at that time just wanted to take some time out for myself. December 2021 is when I actually felt like I burnt out, and I will talk to you about what happened then. So, few signs and stages of burnout to watch out for. First is exhaustion. You start feeling really exhausted because you have too much on your plate. Then is isolation. You start cutting yourself out from other people, other good things going on in your life. You may go into bad habits trying to escape from the reality to get some kind of solace. Some kind of vices that you have, you may get to them, whether it's eating badly, bad drinking habits, bad eating habits, not exercising, maybe talking to some negative people and surrounding yourself with negative people. Anything can go wrong in that stage when you are trying to just escape from the real life scenario. Another could be that you're feeling irritated a lot, very irritated. You're feeling some kind of discomfort inside your physical being. Your body starts falling sick. You have some kind of discomfort. You're just not yourself. And that is the stage I reached at in January this year. Right now, a few weeks ago, on 31st December, New Year's Eve, I was tested positive for COVID-19. And I feel that was my body's way of saying, Mehar, you need a few days to just relax and rest, even if that means, just being isolated from your loved ones. I think it was the peak of being completely mentally and physically exhausted that on 31st December, I just felt sick. Please, my friends, don't reach that stage. You don't have to be going through all these different stages to eventually lead to burnout. Please identify the signs earlier. And now I'm going to share some tips with you on how you can soothe yourself and bounce back up after a burnout. So let's say you've been stretching yourself too thin for too long. You've been overworking. You're trying to get too many things ticked off your to-do list and too little time to actually focus and do some kind of deep work because you have too much on your shoulders. You have too many people relying on you. And even when you do have time off, you don't feel recharged because you feel like your mind is always running with tasks and things that you need to get done. It's still busy. You can't shut off, which is exactly the same that happens with me. When I have creative ideas going on in my brain, I can never sleep. There are times when I don't sleep well altogether for many nights at a stretch. That is insomnia, and it is a clear sign of burning out. So let's talk about some things you can do to change this pattern. First of all, my friends, I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I want my life to look like? And that's one of the big changes I'm making this year. This year, I have decided not to work on weekends too much. Last year, because this was my side hustle, I was always working on Saturdays and Sundays. But this year, I have decided to consciously take time off. And these are the steps that you can take, my friends, also to recharge and reboost yourself after burning out or avoiding from burning out altogether. So firstly, my friends, is ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like, and plan your life or your week, your months accordingly. So sit down every Sunday and plan for the week ahead. What is it that I have to get done this week, and block out chunks of time on your calendar, and also some time that is free for situational circumstances. Something comes up that needs your attention, you will have time in your calendar for that. So once you have dedicated times for different things on your calendar, you know what you're working on, you will feel less stressed and less overwhelmed. I'd say put even the smallest things down on your to-do list, on your calendar, so that you have all of it together at one place and you don't have to be thinking about it again and again. Like for example, I have dedicated days now to shoot, dedicated days for research, for admin tasks, and then like I said, Saturday, Sunday, no work at all. And the second thing you need to do, my friends, is set up a very good nighttime routine. Set reminders on your phone to go to bed at a reasonable hour. Like for example, now I'm trying to get into bed by 10 p.m. every day. You need to make sure you get adequate rest, because if your mind and body is not rested, you will not be able to perform well. You need to fall in love with your sleep like I'm trying to this year. The third thing is, my friends, take a break from all these digital gadgets that you surround yourselves with. Laptops, TV, computer, phone, all these devices sometimes are too draining and they want our constant attention. But we need to cut off from them sometimes. I have literally done this exercise. I went on my phone and I set up do not disturb every day for 2 hours on my phone right before and after dinner. I don't want to be looking at my phone at that time. I want to be maybe cooking some nice healthy things to eat, or I want to chill on a sofa and read a book, spend some time with my husband and my sister. Literally recharge, cut off from the world, switch off the notifications, put your phone on airplane mode, and that is it. And the fourth tip is, my friends, move regularly. Science has proven that emotions get stored in our body and later show negative effects on our body. That could maybe mean a lot of acne, a lot of hair fall, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances. All these are sometimes due to stress and exhaustion. So a little bit of movement, a jog, a walk in the nature in the morning, or maybe doing some Pilates exercise or yoga at home is also good. And also set a reminder on your phone to keep yourself hydrated through the day. If we're not drinking enough water, we just don't realize it, but it is having a negative impact on our health. So if you move your body a little bit, it will also help you sleep well at night. Burnout can be avoided by simple tactics of self-care, my friends. If you're studying or working for long hours, just make sure to sprinkle some amount of joy into your day every single day. So whether that means watching a funny movie, talking to your best friend, taking your dog for a walk, or spending some time with your grandparents. Small gestures will go a long way, and then you will be able to avoid the negative impacts on your physical and mental health. Slow down a little bit, my friends, so that you can bounce back up. I hope this video was useful for you, and please share with me if there is anything that you are going through that you need my help with. And please do remember, if you are having these feelings of burnout, exhaustion, maybe leading into depression for prolonged periods of time, you need to take help of a professional therapist, counselor who can help you get out and snap out of that state. Please do share this with a friend who needs to watch this. I'll be back next Thursday with another video, but until then, please keep taking care of yourself because you are your own best friend. I hope to see you soon. Bye.